This is a young African lion called David, and for the tiger, just by observing its physique and overall very muscular structure, and with a quick glimpse of its genital area, suggests it's a male. So this is a fight between a lion called David and a tiger called Dieta.
Now, I've seen a lot of complaints and rumors about this video, so let's establish some actual facts here. Let's take a trip way back to the beginning. In a Russian interview titled "I Like Working with Boys," back in October 8, 2015, David, who was 3 months old at the time, was being demonstrated to tell which gender is easier to work with. So we know David was 3 months old at the time of the interview. Now fast forward to when the fight occurred in the year 2018, we'll be using the date on where it was posted by the original owners of the two cats on Instagram, which was posted on July 22nd of 2018. Now by the power of math and doing the calculations, David should be approximately 2 years, 9 months and 14 days old. For the tiger, it's quite difficult to get an approximate number, but we'll get an idea based off of the trainer's words in their description on Instagram. My brother and I constantly get asked, how often do predators attack you? Predators are much more likely to sort things out with each other than with us. Today, Dieta, an adult and dangerous tiger, decided to show the place to the still very young lion David and attacked him. It was David's first fight in his life and he was not ready. But after we managed to break them for the first time, David decided to punish the offender and went to the front. For the first time in many years, my brother had to shoot an idle shot at the show, and only that stopped the fight. As a result of the fight, both had several wounds but no stitches were needed. So notice how they differentiate David as being young and the tiger being an adult. If the lion was an adult like tiger fans would claim, they would have said it was an adult, but they clearly stated that he was very young. So knowing this information that we have now, and we know the trainer said that the tiger is an adult, by doing research it states a tiger can be considered an adult at age 4 to 5, go up.
And a prime tiger is 5 to 10 years old, while lions are considered to be fully grown at age 5.
So we potentially have a prime male tiger going up against a still very young lion who is yet to even be considered an adult. On top of all this, you can even tell by the lion's mane that he is still very young, not to mention unhealthy. Darker, fuller manes indicate a healthy lion with plenty of testosterone. The mane would only start to darken after a male reaches sexual maturity, which is roughly 3 years old, and then darkens even more as he ages. This fight took place in a Russian circus. Seeing as how the tiger took the initiative to attack the lion first with his guard down, this would technically be called an ambush. Now let's pause here to understand what exactly is happening to these big cats. Since David was the one to get ambushed, and considering he's still at a very young age, he would have been in fight or flight mode, meaning his adrenaline levels are extremely high, giving him more resistance, higher reflex response, and allowing him to feel less pain. Since the tiger was the attacker, his main objective was to show dominance and make the lion submit. As the ambusher, he has control over the battle, meaning he doesn't have to be in fight or flight mode. In the case of the lion, his main objective was to survive and defend himself. The tiger launched himself onto the lion trying to secure a death grip onto the lion's throat, but couldn't secure a hold because the lion's mane repels his attack. After the tiger struggled to secure a firm hold on the lion,
one of the trainers throws a steel chair on top of the tiger's back, making him lose his grip temporarily.
While this was happening, same time another person was spraying water at the two cats at the same time. Both cats are getting wet and soaked, and so is the floor, making it a little bit slippery. After the tiger failed to secure a death grip, the lion throws the tiger off him a few feet, causing him to fall. But quickly the tiger picked himself up and tried to retreat. Still infuriated, the lion wanted to fight and pursued the tiger. As he was about to grapple the tiger, the lion began to slide towards the tiger, just before impact. And again, the tiger took advantage of the situation and grappled the tiger once more, pinning him to the ground, and tries to get another death grip, but again fails because of the lion's mane. Shortly after, one of the ringmasters shot an idle shot to make the two cats separate. While both cats succumbed to minor injuries, no stitches were needed. One of the trainers even states, if he had gotten a serious grip on the lion's neck, then most likely he would have strangled him had we not gotten involved. Now notice they said most likely. That's not definite that the tiger could have strangled him. There's still a possibility he couldn't. What they said were basically speculation, not a proven fact. But if I'm being honest, I'll agree with that statement. Why, you may ask? Well, it should be obvious. Because the lion is still not fully grown yet. Not to mention his mane isn't anywhere near fully developed. So the tiger most likely, probably, could have strangled the lion in my opinion, but with great struggle, because the mane in this fight proves to be quite effective. Now to answer the big question, who won? This definitely shouldn't be opinionated, as it is quite clear the tiger won and was in control of the whole fight. But there's a catch to all this. This doesn't change the fact that this fight was unfair to begin with. Literally everything was stacked up against the lion here, and yet he did quite well against an adult experienced tiger. The lion literally had no fighting experience, nowhere near fully grown because of the huge age gap between the two. Not to mention the tiger ambushed him on top of everything. Yet the lion had minor injuries, same goes for the tiger. So when you really look at it, if this lion was older or in his prime, and this young, inexperienced lion did this well against an experienced adult tiger, the tiger would have been in serious trouble, and that much is obvious. But the lion did do pretty well for a young, inexperienced lion. And on top of all this, he got ambushed. This lion did pretty well, but I can't deny the fact that the tiger won. But I would not count this as a genuine win for a tiger because this fight was completely unfair.